Good evening, everyone. This meeting is being held in accordance with the Open Public Records Act, and adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required by law. Specifically, the revised annual notice was emailed to the West Essex Tribune and Star Ledger on February 28, 2023. The agenda and resolutions for the meeting are available on www.livingstonnj.org. Certain portions of the meeting may be closed to the public for the purposes of personnel and/or other matters as outlined in the Sunshine Law. Decisions made and/or discussed in closed session will be made known to the public at a later time. Notice to the members of the governing body and township staff. Any use of electronic devices during this meeting shall be used solely for the purpose of township business, and any communications are subject to the Open Public Records Act. To the extent possible, this evening's Township of Livingston meeting will be live streamed via Facebook at www.facebook.com/Livingston Township NJ. Any questions and/or comments can be emailed to livcomments@livingstonNJ.org by 4 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Each speaker should allow the rules and order of Livingston Code Section 2-15. Carolyn, roll call, please.
Council members Meinhardt.
Here.
Klein.
Here.
Begoli. Here. Deputy Mayor Anthony.
Here.
Mayor Vieira.
Present. So, if everybody can stand and join me in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. But let's keep in our thoughts and prayers the families of whose lives were lost in Lewiston, Maine this past week. These acts of gun violence definitely need to stop. So if we could have a moment of silence. Jessica, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I do not see Eileen Fishman in the audience today. Okay, so we're going to skip over the Essex County updates. Tonight we have a proclamation and a citation to be presented to two of our Livingston High School students, our brightest students, Chloe Mirage and Jessica Aldana. But what I'd like to do first is we have a proclamation that we're going to read for Chloe. Deputy Mayor?
Whereas Chloe Mirage is a senior at Livingston High School and has long been interested in fashion, business, and sustainability, and whereas Chloe has excelled in her classwork and earned many academic honors, and
Whereas Chloe has earned a perfect score on the Advanced Placement Research Exam, one of only 362 students in the world in 2023 to do so. And whereas Chloe's AP research paper titled Examining Shared Characteristics of Non-Compliant Companies in a Cap-and-Trade System was published in the Journal of High School Science, and
Mayor, I guess you gave me this sentence on purpose. Whereas Chloe is passionate about bringing awareness and commitment about the earth, its changing environment and sustainability to others, and whereas Chloe is the founder and creator of The Fashion Ethicist, a blog on sustainable fashion efforts to education consumers on green fashion initiatives, and
whereas Chloe fought to pass a township ordinance allowing student representatives to the Livingston Environmental Commission and currently serves on that board. And whereas Chloe has displayed her commitment to engaging in her community and protecting the environment in her role as president of her high school's green team and member of the Upcycling Club along with other clubs, and
Whereas Chloe has excelled in fundraising and mentoring with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, and whereas the mayor and council congratulate Chloe on her achievements to date and join the community of the Township of Livingston to express their best wishes for her bright future. And now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Michael M. Vieira, the mayor of the Township of Livingston, County of Essex, State of New Jersey, and the Township Council do hereby proclaim October 30th, 2023 as Chloe Mirage Day in the Township of Livingston. Congratulations, Chloe. So, you want to say a couple? Does anybody want, before we go down, does anybody want to say a couple words? I know Councilwoman does.
I do. It gives me great pleasure to be able to have students who have not only excelled in their academics and, are honored by the Board of Education, and we ask, why are we here today and why are we honoring these students? The students that we're honoring here tonight not only have excelled in their boards of education, but have also done something tremendous for their community through our council, have stood up for things that they have believed in, such as creating ordinances that allow student participation, or even creating an event that unifies our community. Bringing both our township and our board together and having students participate in those areas is something that we want to give a commendation for here at the council. So tonight we're honoring those students who have excelled in those areas and who we believe embody the sentiments of Livingston, one community for everyone. Thank you.
So hold on a second. Councilman Klein, you better play the lottery tonight, because no, I did not see that green when I gave it to you. Do you want to add anything, Councilman?
I mean, I think Rosie spoke beautifully, and I would echo everything she said, and I'll leave it at that.
I'm just going to add, I mean, first of all, Councilwoman, beautiful words, but my take on it is that tonight's like this, and when you meet students like Chloe and Jessica, despite what's going on in the world around us, it gives me hope for the future. And that's really my takeaway. So I thank both of you as well for everything that you're doing, and thank you for the hope that you give to this world.
Deputy Mayor?
Sure. Congratulations to you both. Chloe, I've had first-hand experience with you. You changed the law in Livingston. You changed an ordinance. I sit on the Livingston Environmental Commission, and Chloe and Audit are the first student members of a commission that's been around. Oh, Russ isn't here. Russ would know how long it's been around. But it's been around a long, long time, and you changed the makeup of it, and you changed the ideas of it. And your ideas are new, fresh, exciting. You bring energy to it. I just hope some of them, we're working on some of them, right? and you've had a lot of patience with that. But to watch you do that and the passion you bring to that, to the Environmental Commission is amazing. And you're going to go, the sky is the limit. So great job.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. So, Chloe, I think the entire township of Livingston is proud of you, but I also want to say congratulations to your parents and your family. Without them, they bring you up and everything, and just congratulations to the entire family. So, you know what, we're going to all go down and present the proclamation. Yeah, I do actually need it. Come on, Chloe. This is, yep. Any- Congratulations. We are really proud of you. This community is really, really proud of you, and it's not often that a high school student gets their own day in Livingston. And today you have your own day in Livingston. So we all just want to congratulate you and present you with this proclamation. So this is your proclamation, and it's your day. Sorry, Danielle, I was putting you on the spot. Got this? Sorry, can we actually move a little bit this way? Yeah. Ed, stay down here. Stay down here. Might as well. We're gonna have, Jessica. No, Jessica, I'm gonna let, Rosie do this one. Rosie, you did, stays on.
Michael said to stay out.
That's a real one. I mean, I don't make them.
That one, that's a nice
That's
one.
mine.
Yeah, no, I know.
Oh, let me get you the microphone. Hold on, where's the mic? This is ridiculous.
So the next student that we would like to honor tonight has set a very special place in my heart. We worked together for, I think, over a month, preparing for our Latino Hispanic Heritage event. And Jessica is a violinist. She's a swimmer. She has been class president of a prior school district. She has all the embodiments of someone who we need to honor here on our council. She came before us after receiving a 3-week scholarship and was challenged to come up with an activity in her town, something that was missing for the Latino community. And she single-handedly envisioned a Hispanic Heritage Day that she named Sazón, and I think will ever be named that here in Livingston. Along with her wonderful parents and the entire Latino community, which I didn't know how many members of the Hispanic community were in Livingston. I was in shock. Attended our event last weekend. No, not this past weekend, the previous weekend, 2 weekends ago. And it was an amazing event. But it takes a lot of work to put an event together in Livingston. Those of you who have done it know the tremendous amount of work that it takes. And she single-handedly took this on. She had some mentors along the way, but it was absolutely her vision. So Jessica, your citation reads, for envisioning a celebration of the Latino community in Livingston and organizing a Sazón event to celebrate and showcase the music, food, and activities of the Hispanic culture, congratulations on a successful, well-run event. And we have a citation for you and your family.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sean will let you.
Yeah, I think a lot of us stopped by there that day. I could not believe, first of all, it was such a wonderful event and how well it was put together. How much effort went into all those booths. I mean, it was incredible. The amount of work was so apparent that every country that was represented and how much detail and pride went into every one of those booths. And I think that's just it's a credit to you and the work that you put into and helped inspire everyone to do their best work. So it was really great.
So, you know what? You remember coming before the Township Council and with the idea. Isn't it very nice to see an idea come to fruition? It really is. I was there. It was a beautiful event, and I guess you did learn what rain dates are also. But after the rain, we had it inside, and it was very beautiful. I was there for, although Councilwoman Bogoli tried to get me to dance, I don't dance. No, we will not dance. No, I still won't dance next year. But I just want to wish you, congratulations on such a successful event. And you know what, we do have a long future ahead of you. You really do. So.
Pero Mrs. Saldana, you can join. No pueden venir adelante. Sorry,
Congratulations.
her dad even sang mariachi for us. It was great.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
What year are you in school right now? So you may hand the baton to someone for next year, or you're going to come back?
I'm hoping, so the moms are already organizing everything.
Excellent. Go, we'll keep it going.
So before we continue, I just want to welcome to the dais our Assistant Town Manager, Adam Lerner, and our CFO, Ann Cucci. So, thank you. This is the approval of minutes pending any corrections. We have our regular and conference meeting minutes from October 16, 2023, and our closed session minutes from October 16, 2023. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes? It's been moved. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? Good. So before I ask for the public comments on agenda items only, and there's only 2 agenda items tonight, Mr. Cantor and Adam, do we have any items for closed session tonight?
Mayor, I don't have anything tonight.
Nothing for me.
So there will be no closed session. So we'll be adjourning this meeting tonight at the regular meeting because we did finish the conference meeting. May I have a motion to open the public portion on agenda items only?
So moved.
It's been moved, it's been seconded. All in favor? All in favor? Yes. Opposed? Thank you. So at this time, the meeting is now open for agenda items only. There's a 4-minute time limit per person. So if you want to speak, you come up to the microphone and please give us your name for the record.
Seeing none? Motion closed?
It's been a motion. Hold on. No, Madam Clerk, has any written public comments been received?
No, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So hearing no more comments, I've heard a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you. So tonight, there are no ordinances for second reading, and there are no ordinance for introduction. So that brings us to the consent agenda, which there are only 2 items. So all matters listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and non-controversial by the council and will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a member of the governing body so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in a normal sequence on the agenda as part of the general orders. Madam Clerk, can you please read the resolutions on the consent agenda by title and resolution number?
Yes, Mayor. Resolution 23-232, authorizing the Township of Livingston to enter into a cooperative pricing agreement, and Resolution 23-233, authorizing purchases under the Educational Services Commission of New Jersey Purchasing Program.
Thank you. Do any members wish to have any items removed from the consent agenda for separate discussion and voting? No? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the resolutions on the consent agenda? It's been moved. It's been seconded. Madam Clerk, a roll call, please.
Councilmember Meinhardt. Yes. Klein.
Yes.
Begoli.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Anthony.
Yes.
Mayor Viera.
Yes. Thank you very much. So at that time, we're on the up to the public portion on any subject. May I have a motion to open the public? It's been moved. May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? So at this time, you may come up to the microphone and speak about any topic. And if we could just have your name for the record, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Town Council. My name is Hannah Vieira, and I live on 27 Briarcliff Road. I'm here to discuss pedestrian safety around Harrison Elementary. Before I go into details, I want to first acknowledge all the discussion and work that has been happening the past few months. I want to sincerely thank our mayor, our town manager, our police department's traffic bureau, and our schools, including the Board of Ed and principal and superintendent. This town is coming together for the safety of our children, and this work is truly appreciated. I'm here today to simply reinforce what I and other parents have expressed thus far, and to be clear in what I'm asking. Harrison Elementary is the largest elementary school in Livingston. When our children leave school at 2:40, they leave the property through one of several paths or exits out of the school. 2 of these exits are on Longacre Avenue and Briarcliff Road. These streets have 2-way traffic and are extremely narrow. They have no sidewalks. Most children leave through the Longacre path. I myself counted 180 adults and children using this path. Children and adults then walk along this narrow street, weaving through the parked cars and trucks, weaving through cars driving in both directions, and weaving through cars performing U-turns. This is not safe. I do not want my children or any child or adult to get hit by a car walking to or from school. I'm asking for the following. Number one, please add sidewalks to these streets. Briarcliff Road and Longacre are within 500 feet of school property and thus are required to have sidewalks as per our town's code of law. Sidewalks should also be added to Crestview and Elmwood. Please submit the requests for the state funding and grants for this as soon as possible. If needed, please build this into next year's budget. And if we need to work with legal, let's get that started now. Number two, please work with the police department to request a crossing guard on Longacre. Number three, please work with the police department to make Longacre a one-way road, similar to Broadlawn around MPM, which, by the way, has sidewalks on both sides of the road. This is a cost-effective solution and will relieve us immediately of two-way traffic and U-turns. I know none of this is easy, and I know money is involved, but I think there's nothing more important than the health and safety of our children. We need to do this for them. Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah. And, I think the deputy mayor turned to me and goes, is Hannah related to you? and you know what? There are 3 Vieira families, and I met Hannah for the first time a couple of weeks ago. So I have now all 3 Vieira families that I know. But Hannah, we did talk about a little bit about this in our conference meeting, so it's not going to get lost on the agenda. I know that there's some funding grants that we can apply for. So government doesn't work very fast, but there's some things that we can do to, such as the crossing guard and everything, to help out over there with a place for children where there's no sidewalks at all. So it will remain on our agenda until we figure out a solution to that. But thank you for letting us know about that. Is there anyone else who would? Yes, just give us your name and for the record.
My name is Sarah Klein, and I live on Longacre Drive. And I'm covering.
Sorry, did you say Klein?
Yeah.
Let us.
Are you related to
My
me?
cousins.
We have an Anthony and a Bogoli coming up next, and a Meinhardt.
Welcome, Sarah.
I'm not talking about the same topic, but I actually think there are things that can be done quickly, and I think it's really important to do so. As others have mentioned, Longacre Drive is simply not wide enough. It can only accommodate two-way traffic. Add pedestrians to this, and the cars cannot go by safely. Add parked cars, and now pedestrians and cars alike are zigzagging down the street trying to avoid each other and the parked cars. Now add leaves piled up in various places or snow, and now you really have no room at all. There's only space for one single car in the middle of the road. Forget the people. And that's not the end. There are cars parked on the wrong side of the street, K-turns in the middle of the road, construction vehicles, dangling utility wires that are face level with my children. That's directly outside my house. Even if everyone is following the rules of the road, this is hazardous. A pedestrian needs to be able to see 360 degrees around them at every second to be mindful of the traffic on the street. And it's made worse by the fact that not everyone follows the rules. Just today, I saw a pickup truck tailgating a man and a child, honking at them because their attempt to navigate the street obstructed his ability to pass. But at least he waited. Not everyone does, and I have seen far too many near misses on this street. You can see that repainting the crosswalk at the school path or adding a crossing guard does not do anything to address this problem. As a resident of the street, I would gladly give up some of my front lawn to have a sidewalk. I think that will take a while, so in the meantime, I ask that the entire street be limited to one-way traffic only during school hours, and I ask that parking on both sides of the street be banned. This would push the car traffic to the Elmwood path, which cuts through Longacre Drive. It's a wider street, it's better able to accommodate the cars, and I think it would reduce the number of cars overall. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else who would like to come up to the microphone? Just your name for the record.
Good evening. My name is Robert Kornblue. My wife and I live at 43 Sherbrooke Parkway. These comments are in reference to the planned redevelopment of 45 South Livingston Avenue. We have come before you continuously since the end of July and the beginning of August, stating our concerns and looking for answers from you, our town council. Many people have made suggestions and posed questions to you. We have had no response from any of you about our concerns. When will these questions be answered? In the neighboring towns of Summit and East Hanover, the citizens' questions and concerns have been addressed with regard to similar projects. In East Hanover, the mayor went to bat for his constituents about the overdevelopment of the old Nabisco property, and they were able to lower the number of apartments being built there. In Summit, they are asking the citizens for suggestions on their development plans after there's been pushback from citizens on what they feel is overdevelopment. Over 2,500 people in Livingston have signed a petition in opposition to this overdevelopment. And these are not just the people that live on the neighboring streets. As a form of representative government, your authority and directive come from the people that elected you, which would be us, your constituents. We are entitled to and owed answers to all the questions and suggestions that we have posed to the council over the last several months. We are still waiting. Hopefully you have looked into all of our concerns and will have answers for us. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to give public testimony? Carolyn, do we have anything?
Yes, Mayor. I do have a-
And you are subject to the time limit also.
Gotcha. Thank you. The first comment that I'm going to read is from Jasmine Naidu. It reads, Dear Mayor Vieira, members of the Livingston Town Council, I am writing to you as a concerned resident of Livingston. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Gaza has weighed heavily on my heart, and I believe it is crucial for our community to address the situation. As of October 22nd, 2023, this war has resulted in a tragic loss of life, with 1,400 Israelis and 5,087 Gazans losing their lives. Among these casualties, 14 Israel children and over 2,000 Palestinian children have tragically perished. Moreover, the situation is exacerbated by the alarming hostage situation with Hamas and the severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza, where access to basic necessities such as food, water, and electricity has been cut off for 2.2 million people. Both parties involved in this conflict have been accused of committing war crimes, with Hamas allegedly targeting civilians and Israel accused of bombing places of worship, schools, and hospitals. This devastating war is the culmination of long-standing conflict that has witnessed the continued annexation of Palestinian lands, leading to the displacement, harassment, and oppression of Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. Closer to home, we've already witnessed the tragic loss of innocent lives from various faiths in our community due to heightened tensions. Across the world, millions are marching and demanding an end to hostilities. In these trying times when a ceasefire is desperately needed to prevent further civilian casualties and allow humanitarian aid to reach Gaza, it is imperative that our town remains impartial and committed to peace, justice, and security for all. It is essential that our town does not take sides, but instead joins the global call for an end to this devastating conflict. We cannot allow the demonization or dehumanization of any group to create divisions within our community. The decision to raise the Israeli flag and open a town council meeting with a prayer for Israel sends a message to those of us who long for an end to this cycle of violence that our voices do not matter. As leaders of our town, we implore you to acknowledge the unfolding humanitarian crisis, the ongoing siege on the civilian population, and to call for the adherence to international law by all parties involved in this conflict. Together we can stand for peace and justice. Sincerely, Jasmine Naidu. The next comment I'm going to read is from Kieran Reddy and Shelley Akiburb. I hope I said that right. Achibar. They both sent in the same comment, verbatim, so I'm just going to read it once to save everybody some time. It reads, Dear Mayor Vieira and members of Livingston Town Council, my name is Kieran Reddy, or Shelley Achibar, and I am a Livingston resident. I write to express grave concern regarding the township's response to the war between Israel and Gaza. As of October 22, 2023, the war has taken 1,400 Israeli and 5,087 Gazan lives. 14 Israeli children and over 2,000 Palestinian children have lost their lives. Hamas holds 200 hostages as Israel cuts off food, water, electricity to a population of 2.2 million people. Both parties have committed war crimes, Hamas by killing civilians, Israel by bombing houses of worship, schools, and hospitals. This war is preceded by a decades-long conflict that has resulted in increasing annexation of Palestinian lands and increased displacement, harassment, and oppression of Palestinians in Gaza and the West Bank. Here at home, heightened tensions have already claimed the lives of an innocent Muslim, Jew, and Sikh. Millions around the world are marching, calling for an end to hostilities. In a time when a ceasefire is desperately needed to limit further civilian casualties and allow humanitarian aid to reach Gaza, the town should not be siding with one group or another. The town should join in calls for peace, justice, and security for all. We cannot allow the demonization or dehumanization of one group to sow divisions in our community. By raising the Israeli flag and opening a town council meeting with a prayer by Israel, you are telling the members of the community who wish to see an end to the cycle of violence that their voices do not matter. As our town's leaders, we implore you to recognize the unfolding humanitarian crisis, the ongoing siege on a civilian population, and call for upholding of international law by every party in this conflict. The next comment I received was from Kausar Kamal. Dear Mayor Vieira and members of Livingston Town Council, my name is Kausar Kamal, and I'm a Livingston resident of 5 years. I am writing to express concern regarding the township's response to the war between Israel and Hamas. While Livingston is a diverse community, that is not reflected in the recent actions of the town's leadership, including the following: 1, passing a no-contest resolution in support of Israel; 2, starting a town council meeting with a special prayer for Israel; 3, raising the Israel flag while a war is waging; 4, celebrating a parade in support of Israel. In contrast, there is no meaningful acknowledgement of the pain felt by residents in this town who have friends and family in Palestine impacted by the war. Both parties in this war have committed crimes. This war is preceded by a decades-long conflict that has resulted in annexation of Palestinian lands and the displacement, harassment, and oppression of Palestinians. There are many residents in Livingston who feel a deep connection to the land of Gaza and the West Bank. It is difficult for us to walk by the town center when we see the flag of a nation whose government and military is waging a war displacing and killing innocent civilians and children in these lands. As our town's leader, we urge you to recognize the unfolding humanitarian crisis, the ongoing siege on a civilian population, and call for upholding all international law by every party in this conflict. The next comment I received was from Noreen Akhtar. Dear Mayor and Town Council, with the Pope calling for a ceasefire in Palestine and Save the Children International reporting 3,195 children killed in the past 3 weeks in Palestine and Israel, more the number of children killed in conflict zones since 2019, when will the Council pass a resolution calling for a ceasefire? You previously passed a resolution in support of Israel. How many more civilians have to die before you express a measure in support of upholding international humanitarian law? There is one anonymous comment that was shared with the council and mayor. And the last one is from Paul Boxer to the town council. For months now, residents have been asking you for answers about the proposed redevelopment of the property at 45 South Livingston Avenue, the old Bottle King property. Not only have we been asking for answers, we've been sharing with you our concerns, from the super high residential density of the project to the environmental impact to the destruction of a massive tree line to the obvious challenges to traffic safety in that area. We now see where the City of Summit, in facing an array of similar concerns from residents, is now engaging residents directly in the redevelopment process to assemble a set of requests and requirements for developers. Where is that kind of civic-mindedness for the Town Council of Livingston? You invited us to listen to Jonathan Schwartz of B&E to tell us all, no dice, when we asked for modifications. When will our voices be heard by you? When will our concerns be taken seriously and addressed? As our elected officials, we depend on you to advocate on our behalf. not just fill orders for local builders who want to completely change the character of the town. Please, we have asked you on numerous occasions and in numerous ways, exert the very real power that you have to shape the totally unacceptable B&E proposal in a manner that will benefit the entire community, not just the small handful of wealthy speculators who stand to profit financially from it. That's it for me, Mayor.
Thank you. May I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject?
Motion.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. What? No, there was, I didn't.
I was gonna hopefully be able to ask some questions. I'm Jim Devlin, 41 Sherbrooke Parkway. I'm representing many of the neighbors in our neighborhood. I know we have come, and as you've seen, two people had shared information, just looking for some answers. And I was wondering if we can't get the answers tonight, can we perhaps get some of the answers, or maybe you have some of the answers? I thought, because sometimes people ask questions and you share answers. So one question we've asked is, can you tell us how many housing and apartment projects have been approved already or are being built currently that are not finished? And do we know the total number of units that have been approved and are being built currently right now in Livingston?
Adam, I'm not sure if you had that handy, but if you can get Jim's information and either email and get him that information.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. And I'm assuming that there's building regulations. I know when areas are being brought up for redevelopment, some of those building regulations get changed and shifted. The 45 South Livingston Avenue was initially zoned for commercial use, and I guess now it's mixed use, correct? Are there, when it's something like that, when it's mixed use housing, is there a normal regulation for how many units per acre can be built?
It'll be subject to the redevelopment plan, but that hasn't passed yet, the 45.
So what is it normally, I guess?
There is nothing,
There's nothing normally. It would be when it was approved by the, okay, thanks. But there is a height restrictions, correct, in certain areas?
I don't know those off the top of my head, but in a redevelopment area, we set the zoning
Yeah,
for
it's
that
just, it gets,
redevelopment
right.
area.
So what we're wondering is, what would normally be the height restriction for building on South Livingston Avenue, in that area? Can we find that answer out for us?
Adam, you can get that answer too when he email it? Okay.
Thank you. And then our environmental impact studies, water and sewage impact, traffic studies, shade studies, usually done prior to the planning board approval? And if yes, why was this approval without these? And if not, is the town council committed to having these done before approval of any projects at 45 South Livingston Avenue?
So there was no approvals, and the planning board would ask for those studies. I'm unaware of what a shade study is, but the planning board may be, and they would ask for.
Oh, I thought it had been approved by the planning board and then sent to the town council.
No.
That's why
It's
some of
the
the
opposite.
questions you have, we can't answer because it has to go to the
It
planning.
has to go to there, but but that's what they would do that before it goes to planning board.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
right, the planning board would address that. So we would adopt, if the council moves forward, we would adopt the zoning, which would allow the project.
Okay.
And then they would have to put a site plan before the planning board, and the planning board would address all those concerns. And the public would have a right to appear at all those hearings and participate as well.
Okay. I thank you for the answers. Thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
get you.
Thank you.
Now may I have a motion to close the public portion on any subject? May I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Anybody opposed? Okay, thank you. Andy, just thank you again, and thank you for your AV and recording support for tonight's meeting. We're at the reports of the township officials. Adam Lerner, our Assistant Township Manager, anything?
Not this evening.
Our CFO, Ann Cucci, anything?
Just a couple of things. We talked about the best practice inventory where we are getting 100% of our state aid. We had a successful tax sale on Friday, which was excellent. Very pleased about that. And we're also in the middle of the audit, which we're almost finished with, and you'll get very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann. Carolyn, anything?
Just very quickly, Mayor, a week from tomorrow is the elections, and in the Township of Livingston, I'm just going to urge everybody to look at their sample ballots very carefully. Some people did switch. Some people that were voting at the library are now voting over here, and some people that were voting over here are now voting over at the library. We caught it too late to fix it for this election, so hopefully it gets reverted back for the 2024 elections. But in the meantime, if everybody just double check your sample ballot before you come to vote in person on Tuesday, November 7th. Thank you.
Thank you, Carolyn. Our Township Attorney, Jared Cantor, anything?
Nothing tonight, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. So at this point, we're at the point for our council comments. Councilmember Ed Meinhardt, anything?
Just a couple quick ones. So I'll thank in advance the clerk's office for all the work that I know putting on an election is not an easy and long hours to do it. So thank you in advance, Carolyn, for you and your staff for doing it. And we have Councilwoman Begoli, who is on the ballot, so we wish her the best of luck next week in the elections.
Good. Thank you, Councilman. Councilmember Sean Klein, anything?
I just want to note that Livingston is still celebrating Halloween, which I think in these tough times, it's important to find moments of celebration and happiness, and especially these little kids who, that's, my one son, when he was young, said he grew up, he wanted to be a Halloweener because he couldn't imagine anything better racket than walking around and just getting free candy from everybody. So, so I think, we're still going to be doing that. So I just wanted to point that out. We're doing it at, just so everyone knows, that's going to be happening at the community center. Northland, right, at 4 o'clock? Northland at 4 o'clock. So everybody wear your best costumes and come out and celebrate with us. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilwoman Begoli, I got it right this time. Rosie.
I'm actually coming out with some sad news tonight. We did have a resident, a 44-year-old father here in Livingston, who passed away this weekend in a tragic motorcycle accident. I wanted to extend my condolences to that family and to the children of Mr. Otero. The junior Lancers are collecting on behalf of the family. If anyone would like to join, at Junior Lancers is the Venmo for the family. Again, that's at Junior Lancers at Venmo. My condolences again to the family, and my prayers are with them tonight. Moving on to the happiness that Sean said, I'd like to wish everyone a happy Halloween, and I'd like to tell all the kids to please stay safe tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Deputy Mayor Al Anthony.
I'd like to wish everyone a happy Halloween. Thank you, council member. And just again to Jessica and Chloe and your parents. I forgot to thank the parents before. Awesome job. I know as a parent of 4, I know how much of your time goes into this as well, and you two have great parents. So congratulations again.
So I got to say wow, because seldom it gets to the deputy mayor on my part where we have things to say because everybody else has said it. So I have about 8 new things to say. So I do want to, don't put 9 in front of me when I don't have my glasses. Okay, I'll look at it. I can't see it. Rosie writes really, really tiny and expects me to see. But I want to wish Mel Scher. Mel, up until 2 years ago, Mel was a very active member of our community. He celebrated his 100th birthday yesterday, and I happened to be there with his family and friends from town, the veterans. So it was really great to see Mel. So we want to wish Mel a happy 100th birthday. So unfortunately, this week we were also saddened with the passing of our longtime volunteer firefighter, Frank Leck, who served our volunteer fire company for 64 years. And he was the second longest active firefighter in Livingston's history. So all of our thoughts and prayers to the entire Leck family, his friends, and especially our volunteer firefighters. Frank will dearly be missed. I do want to congratulate our police officer, Kellyanne Naylor. Kellyanne was she was on our police force for 25 and a half years, and yesterday she retired, and she was the second woman police officer ever hired in Livingston. So we want to congratulate her on her retirement. Leaves are starting to fall. I believe today was the first day in Zone 1 that you could put your leaves out. Please look at the West Essex Tribune or our town website to find out your area's time to put the leaves out. County roads, you can bag your leaves. They're picked up every Friday. Please do not put leaves in front of fire hydrants or over the sewer grates. So if anyone in town has a light out, a street light out,
Mayor, I'm sorry, for the leaves, do you want to just talk about where the proper position to leave them? Because I know you were talking about that before.
Yeah, so the proper position to leave them is on your curb, no more than a foot into the street. And actually, there should be a video on our town Facebook page, no, YouTube and Facebook page. We did, with Public Works, we did a video just last week on leaves and snow and flooding. So if you get a chance, take a look at that. That'll tell you all about the leaves and where they go. Thank you, Councilman. So if you have a street light that is out, especially if it's a JCP&L, because PSE&G, you can go on our website and fill out a form, but especially if you're in the JCP&L area, email one of the council members, even if it's a PSE&G, email one of the council members and tell us that there's a light out. You know, we're driving around during the daytime and the lights aren't on, so at night we're really not driving around every street, so we don't know that it's out. So if you can tell us, we'll make sure that JCP&L or PSE&G gets contacted to fix them. Last week, I was invited to participate in a project with our elementary school children called Stuff the Bus. And that's where students collected non-perishable food items and paper products. And we went to every school, and the students put the food and the paper products on the school bus. We came to Town Hall with a full school bus. It was really wonderful. All of that food went to replenish the shelves in our wonderful Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors food pantry. And it was great kind of seeing the kids get onto the bus with their food, and it was wonderful. And I just want to thank everyone who coordinated this event and helped volunteer that morning. Next Tuesday is Election Day, and if you're coming out to vote, each of the places where you vote does have a food pantry box. So why don't you consider bringing a food item to your voting poll? And even if you're not a voter, those boxes are just there. So you can stop at either Town Hall or the library or the community center and drop off non-perishable food, paper products, hygiene items. The Livingston Neighbors Helping Neighbors food pantry shelves do go bare very fast, and they are a wonderful addition to our community. Finally, as everyone had said, have a safe and happy Halloween. And as Councilman Klein had mentioned, tomorrow at the Northland Pool Complex between 4 and 6 is the Tricky Trunk, and please visit my car. First time I'm doing it, so hopefully. I was told to buy, I said to them, I have 600 pieces of candy, and they looked at me and they said, no, you need to go shopping a little bit more. So I do have enough. So, but at this time, we're about ready to adjourn. We are not going back into closed session. So our next meeting is Monday, November 13th. May I have a motion to adjourn? Second, all in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
We're still at the library? Okay. I'll find out. Okay. You're welcome. I was gonna say to you, let me know, but I'll find out. Okay.